ready? Yep. I want to thank everyone for coming here today to hear the facts, the law, and the truth that I will present today. It is with sadness and a heavy heart that I must even hold this press conference. Anderson County is a wonderful place to live, to work, and do business, and I work each and every day to encourage our team here in government to let that be known. We have an incredible group of leaders, and if you will examine the list of people who represent you as elected officials, as well as the employees who work for you, you will find many who are leaders not just here locally, but have risen to leadership at the state level. And you will find many who are recognized by the state for their accomplishments and their expertise. I want to begin by acknowledging that I have strong positions, firmly held ideas, and beliefs. I am not naive enough to believe that my election to office was to be met with universal happiness. Many commissioners actively worked against my campaign, and I hold no grudge against them and won't. That is how politics works. We are each free to choose who we believe will best serve the people of Anderson County. But as I stepped into my role of governance alongside these commissioners, I have found my relationship with those who even opposed me on the campaign trail to be a good one. I know they have ideas how best to advance and serve Anderson County, and they understand that I have ideas too. Even if those ideas differ, at the end of the day, we know about each other that we each agree we want what is best for Anderson County. However, there are a limited number of commissioners who have not moved past campaign mode, and I'm grown up enough to recognize that, and I forgive that, because each of us wrestles with our own weaknesses, faults, challenges, and desires. However, events on February 11th by Commission Chairman Chuck Fritz have led to accusations that have forced me to call this press conference. It is never my desire to play out disagreements in the media, for as leaders, we are to lead first by example. What the public will perceive as bickering is of zero value to recruiting families, businesses, and industries to Anderson County. It is of no value to the betterment of our county, and it sets no example that I would like our young people to follow. Yet here we are, and for that, I offer my sincere and heartfelt apologies. However, because Commissioner Fritz has challenged my very honesty, I cannot be silent. We have so many incredible opportunities ahead of us, yet because Mr. Fritz chose to attack me in the media, I must respond in the media. I am sorry. Commissioner Fritz has charged me with taking advantage of taxpayers by using a county car and accepting travel payment. There are many statements that may be made about me. People in this county may not like my politics, my dress, my method of tackling problems, or my governance. But there is one accusation that will never stick, and that is I would abuse your tax dollars for my own personal enrichment. I have worked on behalf of good government for over 20 years. In fact, I have received Friends of Taxpayer awards and recognition during those years I was running my business and raising my family. Recognition from groups like Tennessee Conservative Union and Ben Cunningham of Tennessee Tax Revolt. I not only respect the dollars you have entrusted to me, I guard against using them unnecessarily. My office has been decorated, painted, and furnished with my own personal money. Most every pen and paperclip on my desk was purchased at my own expense. I bring in my own Post-it notes. I paid for my own cell phone. Any letter or note card that I feel falls short of being entirely related to my mayoral office, I stamp with my own roll of stamps, even though many of those notes are written to people I have met in my role as mayor. I've purchased flowers as tokens for businesses in our community on behalf of you in Anderson County, but paid at my own expense. I go above and beyond and will always do so. Today, I will first prove I have violated no laws. I will then show that Mr. Fritz's charges are entirely politically motivated. First, I'll address the law. The travel money Chairman Fritz accuses me of receiving is not travel money. It is a salary supplement that was added to the mayor's salary back in the year 1988 during the David Bowling administration. This money is taxed according to IRS salary rules and regulations, with monies withheld for FICA and withholding. It has been subject to those salary requirements since its initial placement in 1988, and it continues to be treated as salary to this day. Travel money, according to IRS rules, would necessitate a different standard, and one not subject to withholding or FICA. Travel monies, according to any common accounting practice, require proof of travel. The salary increase first given to County Executive David Bowling that was intended to offset travel remained intact until the resignation of Mayor Lynch, when it was removed at the January 18th commission meeting of 2011. The salary supplement was reinstated soon after then Commissioner Iwanski was named as the interim mayor of Anderson County, and it continues today. Not only was the supplement reinstated, but it was awarded retroactively, meaning on June 23rd of 2011, interim Mayor Iwanski received an additional $2,000 in his paycheck to pay the permanent salary increase dating back to his first day in office as interim mayor. Because of the retroactive motion approved by County Commission since first enacted in 1988, the salary supplement has never missed one day of being paid under the administrations of Mayors Bowling, Lynch, Alderson, Iwanski, and myself. To recap or repeat, these monies are part of a salary, not a travel code that is subject to travel requirements or guidelines or receipts. The next question concerns the 1998 Crown Victoria that was placed in surplus to the motor pool by the ambulance department and transferred via verbal request from the motor pool to a more direct oversight by my accounting department. To understand law, we must first recognize that by law, the mayor's office has purview over motor pool, ambulance service, and accounting. So from the moment this Crown Vic was surplused by the Sheriff's Department to the Ambulance Department, this very same Crown Victoria has been under the purviews of former Mayor Lynch, Alderson, Iwanski, and from September of 2012 has continued under my purview. There was a window of time where somehow Law Director Jay Yeager became engaged in arranging access to the Crown Vic, though no records can be located how this decision was made or came about. The Crown Vic in question was able to be accessed by county employees then, and county employees still have the very same access to the vehicle as before, although no longer going through the law director to reserve its use. Transfer of decision-making regarding use of the car was placed in the hands of the mayor's office and the accounting office because of recurring issues regarding refueling of the vehicle. For instance, Commissioner Fritz drove the said Crown Vic to Nashville in February of 2011. You can almost get to Nashville and back to Clinton on one tank of gas, rather than returning the car the way he received it, that is, with a full tank of gas. Commissioner Fritz chose to put only 3 gallons of gas in the vehicle to get him back home on the last miles of the trip, rather than fill it up and request reimbursement from the appropriate commission travel code. Instead, he left it to Motor Pool's budget to absorb the cost of commission travel so that commission's travel code would only be charged for the 3 gallons he purchased and requested reimbursement. With regard to the law and to our county's travel policy, would it be a violation of the law if I have access to the 1998 Crown Vic, or if I even drive it? No. First, to repeat, the monies included in the salary are just that, salary. Secondly, there is nothing in the travel policy that prohibits the county mayor from using a county vehicle. So by law, if I drive the county car, would it be a violation of law? The answer is no. However, please note, for those who still doubt law, I have never driven the Crown Vic. Now I will provide proof that these charges are politically motivated by showing there is a common understanding that the salary supplement is salary code and not travel code. At the end of May 2011, May 23rd to be specific, as Interim Mayor Iwanski was making plans to ask for the salary supplement to be reinstated, he submitted a request for $84 in travel money to be advanced to him. And on May 24th, that check was issued to him. If he believes the salary supplement is specifically for travel, why would Mayor Iwanski be asking for an advance on travel money when he is preparing to get monies dating back to his first day in office? On June 8th, approximately 2 weeks later, Interim Mayor Iwanski submitted a budget amendment request to be added to the Budget Committee agenda for permanent salary increase. The reason is purportedly for personal vehicle expenses. On June 10th, Commissioner Fritz, as a member of Budget Committee, voted to pass Interim Mayor Iwanski's request for a permanent increase. The motion passed. On June 20th, Commissioner Fritz himself moved to full commission to pass Interim Mayor Iwanski's salary increase, with the intention being to help cover personal vehicle expenses. The motion passed without any discussion. And then just one day later, on June 21st, 2011, after receiving commission approval from County Commission for permanent salary increase, Interim Mayor Iwanski submitted a travel expense report requesting $228 reimbursement for travel he conducted on April the 19th and the 20th, including $198 for personal vehicle expense. No written explanation was provided, even though any request being submitted 30 days past travel is required as per rule number 1 of the comprehensive travel policy. But note, the travel policy states that the county mayor may make whatever exemptions he wishes to the policy. So I'm going to assume that Mayor Iwanski made an exemption for himself and therefore violated no rule. And just one more day later, one day after submitting a request for travel reimbursement, and 2 days after receiving the permanent increase in approval, Interim Mayor Iwanski was issued a paycheck with the additional $2,000 added retroactively to pay for his permanent salary increase from the time he took office. Mayor Iwanski has other examples of travel reimbursements. For example, a request for reimbursement on May 17, 2012 for $188.70. A request on November 10, 2011 for an advance on travel in the amount of $221.40. These documents are available for your review, both public and media review. In addition, I have documentation that former Mayor Lynch operated under the very same standard. That is, both he and Interim Mayor Iwanski viewed their supplement as a salary supplement, as both submitted forms for travel reimbursement. Documents for Mayor Lynch are also available here today for public and media review. Former Mayor Bowling, God rest his soul, also submitted requests for travel reimbursement, though archives will have to be accessed to allow for the specific details of the travel requests. How does all of this prove that Commissioner Fritz's charges against me are politically motivated? I think that is simple. Has Commissioner Fritz ever asked any other mayor to refund taxpayer monies they requested for reimbursement? The answer is no. I would like to raise the issue of my own request for reimbursements. I don't have a calendar for my first month in office, as Leanne was not with me yet, but I do have some of the mileage I have accrued from October of 2012 to date. Though it does not include all the miles I have traveled, I have accrued over 1,800 miles in travel that is eligible for reimbursement. So how many miles has your current county mayor ever requested for reimbursement by your county tax dollars since I took office? 0. Again, how much would I be eligible to ask for reimbursement? Over 1,800 miles. And how many have I ever requested for reimbursement? 0. I have also paid fees for parking while attending meetings on the county's behalf. I have paid for meals that I eat on county business. These fees and per diem expenses are eligible for reimbursement. How many meals or fees have I asked for reimbursement from county taxpayers? 0. Does this mean that I am better than previous mayors, or that I am better than other county employees? Absolutely, unequivocally not. They are fully and legally entitled to reimbursement as allowable by law. However, I feel in my heart and gut that we are living in perilous economic times, and I believe it is up to me to go the extra mile in setting an example for those with whom I work. I want to show them that I am sacrificing. Can I ask for reimbursement and be within the law? The answer is yes. Was it legal for Mayors Bowling, Lynch, and Interim Mayor Wanski to ask for reimbursement on eligible miles? Yes. Was it legal for Mayors Bowling, Lynch, and Interim Mayor Wanski to receive a salary supplement, to ask for reimbursement for personal vehicle use, and on occasion utilize a county vehicle? The answer is yes. So if it is okay for those mayors, and me, Mayor Terry Frank, is not even asking for travel reimbursement, why is Commissioner Fritz claiming that it is me who owes the taxpayers money and not the previous mayors? I think we know why. I want to close today by saying this. I have nothing but the strongest desire to work with Commissioner Fritz. He serves the very same people I have been elected to serve. And if we are going to grow Anderson County and make it a better place to live and to work, we need to work together. But the record is a record of facts, not a record of gossip or innuendo, and thank God for that. Commissioner Fritz has submitted 32 requests for travel reimbursement over his time in office. In all of those except one, he requested travel reimbursement for his own personal vehicle use. And for that one time where he used the county-owned Crown Vic, arranged by our law director, records show Commission's travel budget had been reduced so that they could purchase new iPads for use in their office. I'm not here today making a value judgment on the iPads. They are saving paper. But what I am saying is that Commissioner Fritz did not use the Crown Vic because he wanted to. It was because funds were short in his own travel budget and he was cost shifting to motor pool. While Commissioner Fritz has made false accusations about me, I'm not going to go back in time and criticize his every travel reimbursement request. There were times where meals were provided at conferences he attended, yet he claimed per diem for those meals. There were times when he requested travel advances well in advance of his travel, for instance, up to 2 months ahead of time. That is not really best business practice, though certainly not unlawful. But I want to note, one of the very first personal items I brought into my office is this sign. Whatever your past has been, you have a spotless future. It wasn't by accident I brought it to my office. Words have meaning, and I believe in the power of words and in the power of symbolism. Many feared my governance was going to be an assault on the past, but I am about the future. Whatever the past has been, it has been, and each and every day the projects from the large to the small are geared towards the future. But the last few days I've had to pull off working on our future to deal with aspersions and accusations that have no merit. The time and effort in discerning truth was not lost, not all lost, however. We have been able to assess ourselves and hope to modernize as part of the process. I have no desire to smear Commissioner Fritz, but I have been smeared. And I stand here today to say I not only abide by the law and have abided by the law, I have gone above and beyond the call of duty. I cannot speak for Commissioner Fritz, but what I can do is say on behalf of all here in Anderson County that I am sorry for this public display that has been intended to lead the good people of Anderson County into believing they cannot trust their mayor and therefore cannot trust their government. I'm hopeful Commissioner Fritz will admit he misunderstood the law and that he has misjudged me as a person. I'm hopeful to work with him in improving the lives of the people in his district and all of the people in Anderson County. May God bless all of you here today, and may God bless all of Anderson County. I won't be taking any questions since this has been a very long speech, but Richard does have all documents available for your review. If you would like any copies of them, he will make copies available to you. We have every document that's been referenced here, and then we have more documents that have been referenced. And that is Richard Burrows, my Chief of Staff. And then we are able to email you copies of the speech if any of you want any of the details in the speech. And thank you so much. And I have a great respect as well for not only the citizens that are here today, but the media. You are an important part of good government, the fourth estate, if you will, for holding us all accountable. And for that, I'm thankful. Thank you so much.
All right, Commissioner Isabel, of course, Saturday night, a big deal for the Medford Fire Department. Good fundraiser, and of course, acknowledgement